A very good morning, students. Hope you are fine and safe from this pandemic disease. According to timetable, today is biology class, and in our previous live classes we have studied about animal tissue, that how animal tissue is divided into four basic types of tissues: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue, and connective tissues. I have explained all these things. And muscular tissue is again divided into three. You can say there are three types of muscular tissue: voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. So voluntary muscles is something that muscles work with at our will, means when we want to move that muscle, then only it will move, like they help in working and walking and playing. So this the muscles and the action of this muscles is in our control. Involuntary muscles, these muscles work on their own, like breathing, digestion activities, we have no control on them. So involuntary muscles, we don't have any control on our involuntary muscles. And cardiac muscles are only found in heart. The muscles, they can expand and contract, and cardiac muscle help in pumping the blood to different parts of the body. I told you in our live class also how the blood is pumped by heart in each and every part of the body. Nervous tissues consist of group of nerves or neuron, it is called, and nerve consists of three parts. Nervous tissue is used mainly for, like I told you in live classes also, that our sense organs and this nervous tissue work simultaneously. All the information from brain goes in each part of a body, and all the body message go inside the brain from this nerves only, nervous fiber. So these are the nerve fiber conduct message from one part of the body to another, and like this it works. Now connective tissue, the main function of connective tissue is to bind up and to support the packaging together. Like if our bones and cartilage will not connect together, what will happen? You will see skeletons. You have seen skeleton system is made up of many bones. So what will happen? If it will not join. So the connective tissue join the bones. It is a very strong flexible tissue, and cartilage is flexible tissue. The tip of nose and external ear consist of cartilage. So this is also cartilage tissue. And tendons and ligaments. Thick network of elasticity. Tendons are strong. This is why we feel elasticity in our muscles, because of tendons only. Ligaments are elastic and they are connected bone to bone. Like how bones are connected, they are connected by tendons and ligaments. Blood is also connective tissue. Why it is connective tissue? Because blood flows in all part of the body, and it connects every part, like from brain to our feet, from our heart to our hands. Everywhere blood flows. And there are two types of cell here in the blood. They are RBC and WBC. RBC means red blood capsules, and WBC means white blood cells and platelets. So these are the types of cells, and it is a fluid medium. Blood is always in fluid medium, means it is in liquid medium. Now see what is plant tissue. Plant tissue, I have explained this also, that there is two types of plant tissues: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. So what is meristematic tissue? When a group of young cells that have capacity to active the cell division. Whenever the cell division happen, it is called as meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissues are spherical, oval, polygonal in shape. They have cell and made up of cellulose. Meristematic tissues are made up of cellulose. And each cell of the tissue contain large prominent nucleus. It has nucleus also. On the basis of their origin, these tissues are classified as apical meristematic tissue, intercalary meristematic tissue, and lateral meristematic tissues. There are three parts of the tissues. So what is apical meristematic tissue? These tissues are present on the tip, like root, stem, and branches, apical part of the plant. It is present on the apical part of the plant, and they are responsible to increase the length of the stem and roots. Meristematic tissue, the apical meristematic tissue responsible for increasing the length of the stem. Intercalary meristematic tissues are occur on the base of the leaf nodes in the grass and below of the nodes in the mint. They produce the increased length of the organs. Here also they are responsible for increasing their length. And lateral meristematic tissue. Lateral meristematic tissue is found beneath the bark. You know what is bark? The tree bark is cork cambium. It is found on the branches and the stem. In the vascular bundle of dicot and stem as cambium. So bark is outer layer of the stem. You can say it is called as bark. So lateral meristematic tissue is found there beneath the bark of the tree and its vascular bundle of dicot and system. So here vascular bundle is present. Vascular bundle means, told you in our life class also, vascular bundle is responsible for carrying water and minerals and food from the roots to each part of the body. And vascular tissues are xylem and phloem. Now see permanent tissue. What is permanent tissue? Permanent tissues are those in which growth are ceased at least temporarily. Permanent tissues growth is ceased. Mainly this consists of constituents of the cell. Permanent tissues are classified as simple permanent and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues again divided into three: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So what is parenchyma? Parenchyma is called as the fundamental tissue because the plant it really constitutes the grand substance where other tissue remain embedded. Parenchyma is a kind of tissue which is having that constituent the grand substance here in the plant. It take the almost all the storage. The tissues perform the functions such as storage of the food, photosynthesis, secretion and excretion. So mainly parenchyma is responsible for storage of food, photosynthesis process which occurs in leaves, secretion, excretion or transpiration also is happen in parenchyma tissue only. And collenchyma, it is mainly temporary supporting tissue which usually beneath the epidermis and outer part of the herbaceous stem and in the petioles and midrib. So, collenchyma is found in midrib, petiole, herbaceous stem, and function of this stem is it provides rigidity and strength to the plant. It is found beneath the stem because it provides rigidity and midrib. You have seen leaves, why leaves are straight? Because of midrib. The central part of the leaves, you can you have seen that central part of the leaves is very tight, and that is why leaves hold the shape of hold the shape properly. So it provides rigidity, strength to the plant, and it helps in photosynthesis process. Why it helps in photosynthesis process and how? Because if the leaves will shrink, there will be no photosynthesis process in the leaves. Sclerenchyma consists of dead cells and mainly found in hard covering of the seed and nut. It is not found in stem or leaves, rather than that it is found in seed and nut. It has two types of cells, fibers and sclerites. Sclerenchyma is again having two types of cell, fibers and sclerites. Fibers are long, thick walled cells with tapering, pointing end. Tapering end means pointed end, very pointed end it is having. And sclerite are irregular cells and brittle in nature. So that's all for today. In our next class, I'll explain you complex permanent tissue. Your homework is you have to read this chapter properly from the starting and complete book exercises. All these exercises, complete it in your copy and underline if you didn't understand anything so that I can explain you properly. Thank you.